So you may be wondering, why is Lauren holding a weight? Is she getting into fitness? No, I do go to the gym, but I am not going to be training anybody on how to do that. That's not my bailiwick. But the whole point here is for those of you who have been looking to have more wealth in your life, many times we are blocked and we are burdened by limiting beliefs and they weigh down on us heavily. And so my point is this, is that if you were holding a weight all day long, even a little one like this, 4.4 pounds, you're holding it all day long and it weighs down on you, it interferes with your efforts, it gets in the way, it becomes, your hands are full. And so the point is, why would you carry around a burden when you're trying to accomplish a goal when the thing is just getting in your way? Okay, you wouldn't, or you would try to, that if you knew that you were doing that, you'd say, well, maybe I ought to stop doing that. Maybe I ought to find a way to clear out this thing, get rid of this burden, this thing that's so heavy, that's weighing me down, that's interrupting all of my efforts to bring more money into my life. Because I'm going to tell you, you can make money without clearing out your limiting beliefs. You can, and many people have, but eventually you'll hit a ceiling. Now, sometimes people don't get started at all because they're carrying around these limiting beliefs, and so they get squashed before they even get started. 2 weeks, 3 weeks out of the gate, boom, done, because there are too many things holding them back. The emotions, we go through experiences in life, and you would be surprised at the emotional baggage and burden that relates to money attraction, money making, wealth generating, whatever you want to call all of that. From your perspective, there are things that get in the way. Now, I have done work on this myself in layers over the years, and because I'm rolling out this new wealth mastery training game, we're actually starting next week, and it's free for those of you who are getting on board during the beta build out. So you get to get on board for free, and that's awesome. And if there are other people along the way that want to get on board while I'm still offering it, while I'm still doing the build out, which is going to be a little slower of a rollout than once it's already built out and people buy the program, well, you'll have the whole program right out of the gate. But here, this is going to be, like I said, a little slower, hence why it's free. And also the fact that I will be asking for those of you who have a good experience with it, I would ask for testimonials, and if you're willing to give them, great, but I will still give you the program for free. Even if you don't give me a testimonial, that's fine. So I am looking for people to be part of it and really take away, not just take away learning, but also be able to identify and clear out your limiting beliefs related to wealth. Now, that's just the very first exercise, but there are multiple parts of that exercise. And when you do that, and I just did one part of the exercise this morning, I hadn't gone back in to find a new layer for myself, but I will admit I did it this morning, and I knew there was probably a little, like I had cleared out a lot over the years, but I knew there was something else there, and I found one big thing and a little other smaller thing, and I will tell you, it feels so good to identify and to clear those out. Now, I will teach you how to identify them. I will teach you how to clear them out. I will give you a little hint on part of that. The part of the clearing is using EFT tapping. It stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and the tapping is, we're tapping at emotional acupressure spots on the body. There's a whole science to it. It may sound woo-woo, but there's a whole science to it. You're lowering your cortisol levels while you're identifying specific emotions and events and things around. You'd be surprised at which specific events are related to your money beliefs. You'd be surprised. So it's very interesting that this happens to be from the 70s or 80s. It's like my dad's old workout thing that I'm sure he hasn't used for years. But anyway, here it is. And he kept it around. I thought, oh, that would be a great prop. Let me see if I can get that from him and use it. Here it is. So funny thing is, I was born in the 70s, and so I was the 70s, 80s kid, and isn't it funny, as I'm doing my work on this, and I identified something from childhood that relates really profoundly to my wealth attraction. So I would love for you to have the relief and the benefit of learning how to do this for yourself, and within the group, so you'll have the support of the group too. And you can do this right out of the gate. You could work on whatever financial endeavors you're already in, and then come back to this and do this at a later point. But why keep carrying around a burden when you can let it go now? So I'm literally going to put this down because it is getting a little heavy as I'm holding the phone with the other hand. And there's a little glass tabletop. We did not break it. There we go. So again, we have the Wealth Mastery Training game, and it's starting next week. And That's not the only time you can get on board, but obviously it makes sense to start when we start, so you're not as far behind. You don't have to, if you get on in 3 weeks, then you're going to play a little bit of catch up, which it is not the end of the world, but it's kind of nice to have a cohort of people going through at the same time. So that being said, I'm going to be covering not just unblocking your wealth, things like the topic I just was talking about, like getting rid of limiting beliefs. We're going to be talking about activating your wealth too, like literal steps you can do to help you gain money and earn it in a relatively short amount of time. Now, another piece of that is to align with your wealth. Like, we get in our own way sometimes. One, we're not really good about having our goals, and there are motivational issues. There are emotional things in our daily lives that can throw us off track and get in the way of our wealth attraction and wealth generation. Okay. And then there are ways to amplify all of those things and to take your wealth attraction and wealth generation to the next level. And so I would really love to have you on board as we're doing this beta build out. Like I said, we're rolling it out. I'm going to say about one lesson per week, and we spend time during the week working on that and helping people to process it. It may be a little bit more than that, but I think that's a fair statement, especially since I just found out I have jury duty. So I might slow things down a little bit, but I will get everything done on time. So there's that. And what else? So there is a game component. You've heard me say wealth mastery training game. Now, is it all rah, rah, ha, ha, he, he? No, it's not just, oh, it's a game, it's just fun. No, there are parts. Like when you do this work, it'll be serious work. But there are game components. Like as you gain points, going up through these, there are different wealth mastery levels. And so as you do these different exercises, you gain points. And at a certain level, when you hit also certain financial benchmarks, then that allows you to get to the higher wealth mastery levels too. So it's a combination of the points that you earn during the group and also the money that you earn as you put these things into practice. And so you get to, that's the game-like portion where you're moving up through these levels, but there's another game part too. If you take part in one of the particular opportunities that we have available, like you can certainly do whatever ones you're doing, but if you decide, hey, there's this ready-made opportunity and that looks fun, we have set it up to be totally game-like, and this are specific points that you earn that will allow you to go through. There's a portal, meaning you can get signed up, you can get on board with the opportunity, and you can get on board sooner than others if you've gained more points than them in a certain amount of time. And then when that portal opens up briefly, we only open it up for 48 hours every week. When that portal opens up and you say, yes, I want to get on board, great, then you get to take advantage of that positioning. If you say, I want to pass for now, well, you have to wait till everybody else on the list and anybody new who comes on board till their names are called. Then your name could come up again. And there are other pieces to it. I'm not going to go into all the parts of the game, but it is going to be the momentum that we'll see with this. It's going to make it so fun, and it's going to go fast. That means in 3 months from now, and then in 6 months from now, the whole wealth building speed for those who take part in that part of the game, it's going to go faster, and I think that's going to be attractive in and of itself. But just being able to really learn, okay, what are your blocks? How can you start to attract more money into your life? How can you generate more? I know there are people out there who are doing programs with some similar components. I don't think anybody's put it together with exactly these components in exactly the same way. And so I think you're going to find that this is a very unique experience and, dare I say, life-changing, because I know most of you are saying, okay, yes, I want more money in my life. You have a lot of the standard reasons why a person would want more money, but everybody has their one really personal reason. They might not even know exactly. They might not be able to put it into words right off the bat. Many of you can. But I want to help you find that thing that lights your fire, meaning it allows you to feel so motivated so that there is nothing that will get in your way. I mean, you may get a phone call during the day, and you may, feeling tired because you worked a long, 40-hour week. There are things that can get in our way in life that throw us off of our goal path, right? But if we have something that we value and want in our lives so badly, there is nothing that can stop us from getting it. So I want to help you. If your goal is to have wealth for any number of reasons, then my goal is to help you get it. We'll look forward to seeing you over in our group, wealthbylauren.com/game. Take a look at what we have going on and get signed up. We can't wait to see you there. Take care.